Okay, so I have a lot of planters, and I got a lot of plants, and I don't know where to put them. So like we have like our obviously tomatoes going here. We know that, okay? But we have some new additions. Come on, we have some awesome planters here. This is gonna be herbs, I think. I don't know. We'll ask. We have a professional here, guys.
Oh my gosh.
And then this one will hold 50 plants. She brought this one to me. Okay, so we got that situation. We'll show you all the planters. All the planters that I've purchased off of Amazon, I will link down in the video description. But let me introduce you to my master gardener, Mother.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, she's gonna help me out. Maybe give you all some information that you can use as well to help us on this urban homesteading journey. Okay, let's go.
Fun. Yeah. The first thing you have to consider is your sun and your placement of your containers.
Right.
And so you had put this one over here, and I was looking at it earlier, and I think this is a good place for things like your peppers.
Right.
You know, they're tropical, so they like it hot.
Okay. Peppers are tropical.
Yeah.
I didn't know
they're
that.
more of a tropical plant. Like, you've brought them out to give them, because natural light is way better.
Right.
And so, but they're sensitive. Like, it's going to get cold, I think, Tuesday night. So you'd want them back inside. I don't leave mine out if it's under 50 degrees.
Okay. And we do have our seedlings hardening right now.
Yes.
So, because they are, we started these inside, but then brought them out so that they could get a little wind blow action going on, get some natural sunlight, that kind of thing. So.
And they were bent over, but you can see where they've stood up with the sunlight.
Like, hey.
So yeah, I'm getting that, because seeds have a certain amount of nutrients in them, and then they run out.
Right.
And the sun is what will feed them.
Okay. So hot plants here.
Yeah, and I think if you think about, we had talked about onions.
Right.
So if you did something shorter here, like your onions, then you're going to do taller, because you don't want this to shade.
The sun.
Yeah.
So these are pretty cool, guys. They each one of these has leaves in it. Each one of them has the little, what do you call this?
A drain pad?
Yeah, drain pad. That's what they're called. And you can decide how many plugs you put in it and all that jazz.
For draining.
Correct. But yeah, so this did come off of Amazon, as well as obviously tomato trellises. I went for taller growing plants. And I'm just gonna have individual plants in these, or
yeah, you're only gonna do one.
just one.
Just
okay.
one.
Because they're big plants too. So
Yeah. See,
like
tomatoes.
that Brandywine is.
Yeah, and
big.
also your Romas.
That'll be big.
Yeah, your Romas as well. Your Romas are an indeterminate, which they will grow until a frost hits them. So,
So do you want to explain what an indeterminate?
yeah, an indeterminate is a tomato plant that will grow, like I said, until the frost hits it.
Right.
But a determinate, it's already determined in its like DNA type thing, how many tomatoes it's going to put out. And so you can, there's certain ways you prune indeterminates versus a determinate as well. There's, some variables there.
Right.
They're just totally different. But like your planter here, your indeterminate can get up to, it'll
wow.
go. Yeah.
Okay.
Where mine, I have them on cattle panels, and it goes over, and my cattle panels are this high off the ground to begin with. And then my cattle panels are this high, and I ended up just throwing the rest of it over the top.
Cattle panel is basically, it's cattle fencing is what it is, made into an arch.
I want to say they're like 16 feet long by 4 feet, 5 feet tall.
If you've
something
seen
like that.
the homestead starter video on this channel, then you've seen those. I'm sorry if y'all got some wind noise. I apologize. I could only find one little gerbil to put on the microphone, so I might be getting wind noise on mine. But okay, over to the Abby's Veggie Pod. So Mom bought this for me for my birthday 1 year, and as you can see, we are growing some awesome weeds in here.
Aren't they looking good?
Look at the weeds that we have just going. Wait a second. Okay, no. I thought some of it was mint.
No, it's a weed.
It's all weeds. So this is all going to get pulled out, obviously. But what do you recommend? Because we do get a good bit of, the mesh obviously provides some shade. What do you recommend in here?
Well, you had cucumbers here, and they did well.
They did really well.
Yeah. And so the only thing is that, if you're going to be gone, you're going to either leave this up because they need to be pollinated.
Right.
That's the only thing.
Well, I had to manually,
I saw that video. You did a
pollinate
good
them.
job.
Thank you. It was weird.
Yeah. Well,
It was,
when I had a greenhouse, I had to do the same thing.
you take the male part of the flower and you stick it into the female part.
That
Because-
was for Isaiah. That was gross. That wasn't even for the video. Ew.
No, I mean, there's a video, you can watch it. It
Yeah.
has to be done.
He said it was awkward. I remember you
It
saying
was
that.
super awkward.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
It was the stamen, I think, goes
Yeah.
and the pollen
The
is
pistil
transferred.
into the
There you
stamen
go.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that side of the fence is a little more shaded. Right?
Yeah.
So over here,
So, well,
it
let's
still
talk.
gets good sun at the same time. Like
So
obviously
what-
we have tropical plants growing there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what you might want to have to do, because it gets really hot in this area, especially because you're
Yeah.
not going to get the constant breeze because you do have a fence, and come summer, tomatoes and peppers, they get what you call blossom drop because it's so hot, they just stop producing. When it's above 95 degrees, they just stop.
And that was something I thought to consider too, was like, because we have a brick wall with a pool deck right here.
Yeah.
Like it's just gonna radiate heat.
Yeah, it will.
So all the planters that I got, I wanted them to be reasonably portable.
Uh-huh.
So I could it's just
Right.
record heat this summer. We need to move stuff.
Right.
Like this could be moved if it
Yeah.
needed to be. So that was kind of my idea on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing that what's nice is these come out,
True.
and so you can move them.
The real
you
heat
know-
of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
something like
good point.
that. Yep,
Okay.
I like that. So your planters.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about the planters too, because with the planters you got a back side and a front side, so they swivel.
With the spin.
Yeah,
right?
you'll have to look at maybe that other one, putting a caster underneath it. Does
Okay.
it spin, the little one?
This one? No, but this is going to be herbs, and so I am going to have a handle on
Okay,
top.
that's right. Okay.
So this one also came off Amazon. Again, all linked down below. This will be for the herbs. It also has, so you can keep a lot of the water off of the dirt, but still keep it watered. And it does. Oh yeah, and it does flow down. So all you have to do is water the top.
Yep.
But there's a hole through the middle, and I want to run a rope down through, and put a handle on top, so I can pick this thing up and move it wherever I want. So I don't. It doesn't need. It doesn't. Now this one's going to be super heavy, so the casters are necessary.
But the nice thing about that is it swivels. And I was thinking, because you and I talked about strawberries.
Yeah.
And so if you think about it, you've got strawberries up here. And the way they, what's the word? Populate. That's not the word I want, but
Propagate.
yes, thank you, is that they send off runners. So it's a long stem and it's a new baby strawberry plant. And you would just take those and just push it into here, still attached, but then it will multiply itself.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay.
So that's an option. You can do it on the lower part,
Right.
maybe, and then because you can have a variety in there,
Right.
and you can grow things that will feed your quail.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is one thing I want to do is be able to feed quail. Also feed rabbits that we don't have yet. That Priscilla doesn't know about because she doesn't watch these videos, so it's okay. She doesn't. She doesn't know what's happening. All right, so let's go to the back
Okay.
because this is the part that I'm the least prepared for. I feel like. So I have 2 of these.
Yep.
You're gonna get middle of the day. Obviously, as the sun gets higher in the sky, we're gonna get sun right here for a few hours.
Okay.
I do want to. I have 2. I would like to put another one right here. And so I'm thinking it might not yield as well, but I'm thinking like a squash, zucchini, cucumber type of plants here because they're also on the ground. So if they run, it's okay.
Absolutely.
Would that be okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They've
Look
even
at me.
come up with more compact squash now. where it's a bush
Oh.
versus the vining.
Okay.
So it would behave itself more. Here, I just think this would be great for things like you're not going to have the bugs. You're not going to have the issues that I would have. You know, I think this is the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we're gonna have a couple of those. I want a bunch of stuff back here.
So you guys
Those.
eat both those things, the yellow squash?
Yeah, yellow squash, zucchini, cucumbers, all the time. So
So with the cucumbers, if you're going to do them here, I'd go vertical.
okay.
That way it's not.
Build some trellis type situation.
Yeah, that way it doesn't take up your space.
Awesome. We can do that.
So, and the other thing, because it's so mild, you with your pepper plants, because I saw you had jalapenos, and so you can overwinter those, and it's easy. It's not as hard as you would think it is.
Okay. So I've done a lot of reading on like growing in the area, especially like wintertime. And looks like we'll be able to grow a lot of things throughout the winter here, which is awesome.
So,
as we get into the colder months and stuff, there's still a lot of things that we can continue to grow.
right, like you've got, and again, you're going to have animals.
Yeah.
Kale is a great one.
Right.
And
as far
so
as feeding the animals.
yes, yeah, and it's something you can throw in your salad. Broccoli, that would be good back there. Oh, no broccoli?
No, kale. Ugh.
Oh, no, it's good. You get the smaller, yeah, you wouldn't even know it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it depends on the variety. Like the Russian, what's it called? Blue Russian, I think, that variety, or anyway, yeah. But, yeah, you gotta,
White Russian.
stop. You're so bad. Gosh, what's the name of that thing? But, okay, what about Swiss chard? Or, because what is something you guys would saute? Because the whole thing, you're gonna have your zucchini, your yellow squash, those things during the summer, but you got to carry fresh into the winter. So what would that be for you guys? What is it that when you guys have
Lettuce?
well, you don't saute it.
No.
But do you guys ever eat Swiss chard or anything like that?
I was thinking too, like it'd be an easy transition to change a lot of these things, especially those planters, into a greenhouse situation. That'd be an easy thing to do.
I think maybe too, you might want to look at some drip irrigation
Drip
for those.
irrigation?
Yeah, because those containers are smaller,
All right.
and if you go off for 4 days or
Yeah.
something, they might dry out with it being
Well,
hot.
and we have the rain barrel project coming up that we're doing.
Oh, I'm excited to
and
see that.
so those are just blue drums, right? But you can hide those in the back. They don't have to be pretty. I am going to do a pretty rain barrel on this side of the house as well. So that could definitely feed a drip irrigation system. So
Because you could do that with your, what are those called? Towers. You could do that with the towers. You
Yeah.
could put some kind of drip irrigation with that too.
So the whole idea was to keep this back area still looking tropical and pool and tiki bar and stuff like that, and but integrate like our backyard garden into that. So that's why like the one kind of orangish colored rotating planter that holds 50 plants, but it only takes up 4 square feet of space. That one I didn't get off of Amazon. That one is a separate company. It was a friend of mom's gave it to her, and she said, "Can I give it to my son?" Because she knew that I was doing this kind of project. So, yeah, that's.
I mean, you'll see pictures where people they put beans in them. They, and it's just fun to have fresh stuff in it, and so you're not limited to just your peppers and your tomatoes, but I think it's a great place to start.
Okay. So if you guys have any questions for my mom, she is actually a master gardener for each extension office or the extension office in your county, right?
Yeah, I have. I mean, most people have county extension offices, and because it's important to find out what your zone is for your area. Like Asa looked his up, and you are zone
9A.
And
8B,
so
9A.
we are 7B, 8A, and that deals with frost and cold. And so it's best if you can find out your area, go to your extension agent that has all that information, what will do best in your area, And because everybody's different. You know, like we talked about here for Florida and where we are, we do short day onions. And so, which is kind of, you have to really think about it. Long day onions are for north. Short day is for the south. And so that's a whole nother creature, but it's important to know those things. Yeah. And so go
you
to
could
your
plant
extension
onions
office.
and not even get bulbs because they're the wrong kind of onions.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so like I said, Mom's a master gardener. If you guys have any questions, you know, throw them down in the comments, and if you know there's anything that we can answer for you, I can call her up and find out, you know, anything that can help you with it. I'm really excited. A lot of people are doing this now. It's very trendy. It's very in. People are wanting to be more self-sufficient, wanting to grow their own food, and I've definitely caught that bug. I just, you know, there is nothing better than making food from something you created from the dirt, you know, and getting these heirloom seeds, and knowing that like even just like the tomatoes that we're getting are, you know, from like 30-year-old plant, like they've been going for 30, 50 years, however long that they harvest these
I think
seeds
it's
from.
50. They have. I forget if it's how many years it is, but it's like 50 years.
Yeah.
They have to have proven where this seed originated
Yeah.
from.
But it makes for stronger plants and better fruit.
It
so.
does. It does.
I think
And
it's
so,
worth
you know, it's just fun. I mean, you learn by doing.
But you know, not to say like Mom said the hybrids are fine. That's, you know, not to say don't go to your plant store and get some seedlings. You know, that's where we started. That's where Abby and I started
Right.
when we started our garden. We
Right.
just got something that someone had already started and put it in the ground because it's fun to do and it's fun to make your own food. So
But I think too, start small.
yes,
Don't get overwhelmed.
our little pallet garden
Yes.
is where we started.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yeah, Abby did a real good job with that.
Yeah.
And so once you learn a bit, then you can branch out and things as such. And then you might also find there's different varieties out there, because when you go to the
You like
box,
that? Branch out.
oh yeah, but when you go to the box store to buy your plants, you're limited to those varieties. But once you learn, okay, I want to do a little more. Like I like the Dr. Witchy tomatoes, but you can't get those at a box store. I have to buy seeds. I have to start my own. You know, just like you started your own.
Right.
You know, so it just depends what you want as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. No matter what you do, grow food. It's fun.
It is, yeah.
Thanks so much, Mom.
Welcome.
appreciate
I
your
love it. You
time.
know I love this.
I know you do.
You know, I just...
She could literally talk for hours.
I
about
could.
this
I
stuff.
kept saying, hey, we're going to talk plants, right? We're going to talk plants. Yeah.
She was like, let's go talk
Let's
about
go
it.
talk plants.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you have any questions, any comments, you know where to talk about this stuff. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.